everybody, I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
And today we have our weekly recap for January 18th, 2026.
That's right. You don't want to say 2025.
No, we're in the new year.
Wrong.
I got this right.
I didn't even look to see if it said 2025 on the screen.
That's true. Hopefully it didn't. I didn't look. But you know what I mean. And we have a lot of games to talk about because we actually did play quite a few new ones.
We played quite a few, yes.
And I went to game nights and I had a lot of games played on BGA, but we'll just, because Jelfie and I have a continuous 3 different games we're playing, I'm just not even gonna, it's just like a constant stream of Next Station Tokyo and Let's Go to Japan and Nucleum and now Seven Wonders, which is great because I love Seven Wonders. They want to be punished.
I see that.
And Gangopolis. There's a whole bunch of repeated games. They just hit, let's play again. Let's play again. And I just say, okay.
So are your stats going up?
I'm sure. Because
I mean, I keep track of all that.
I usually don't play this much async on BGA, but since I have they've been adding so many amazing games, and it's just I have one going, I might as well have a couple going. And so, I have a constant stream of 10 to 15.
Then turn into Duchess.
I'm not, no, you mean Jelfia. Jelfia has 80 ongoing games, which is a lot.
Wow.
And I don't want to have that many unless they're all individual games. I don't want 3 games of Seven Wonders and 3 games of Nucleum. I had 2 games of Nucleum going on, and I'm I don't know what I'm doing. It's already so much for async for that game that it's it's too much. And I would rather play bigger games like that, in this setting. Just because I can't remember. They're not games.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
They're not games that I'm as accustomed to as Gangopolis, where I could just look at it and be okay, this, and it's fine. But Duchess, she has a lot going on. She has a full-time job and she's always busy, so she takes her turns kind of slowly because she has a ton of games going on. So by the time it's Nucleum, it's been a couple days, and I'm I
don't remember.
I don't know what I'm doing. So it's hard. It's hard for me with that kind of level of gaming and so infrequently. Whereas Jelfie and I just play a game and I take a turn and then she takes a turn, and we probably get 5 to 10 turns in a day.
Right.
So it's not every few days you play a turn.
Right.
So
yeah, if I had to get back into it every time, I don't think. I mean, my
async is difficult.
Whenever an IT tech gets interrupted from what they were doing,
right?
There have been studies that show it takes them hours to get back into what they were doing, and in the mindset is what was I doing? What have I already done for troubleshooting on this? And I'm sure the same would hold true with me with async games where I don't play for several hours or worse, even days. So
yeah, I mean, it's I get not wanting to do async games. I didn't want to do it for the longest time, but then I started doing it, and then I'm well, I might as well add a few more. And some games are perfectly fine. If I were to have Cartographers or Gangopolis or games I know very well, Next Station London, all those games, I can just see it and know what I'm doing. Versus the bigger games Galactic Cruise was a big, huge burden to play, and I had 2 games going at the same time. It made it even worse, and it's it was not a good, enjoyable experience. And Amy's let's play Galactic Cruise again. I'm no, I do not want to play it again. I really don't.
So Matt mentioned that he wants to play the game now. 0 async games, and I totally agree with that because now there are games that I will play asynchronously. Things like role-playing games, very much easier to play asynchronously. Okay. I'm able to play Battlestar Galactica over the
it's because you understand
asynchronously
the game very well.
It's not that I'm understanding it well, it's that I'm only playing one of that game and not 10 of that game. Plus, there's not really all that much of a board state to have to keep track of. It's more what do I have in my hand? Who have I been suspecting? So those sort of games, those I can do. Matt says campaigns, legacy, long play games, games with multiple plays. Yeah, that's fine. Exactly. The same exact. I feel exactly that way.
Yeah, and I get it. I never really wanted to do async, but it does allow me to play with people I would not otherwise get to play with.
Sure.
So it's more about just enjoying the games. And Jelfia's trying to do her crazy, like, 50 by 100 or whatever it was. I don't even know what it is. She's trying to get 50 games played 10 times each, I think is what it is.
Oh, then it's 10 by 50?
Yeah, 10 by 50.
Yeah. So
we'll get 10 games of all of these games that we've been playing and hit her goal, but she still wants 50 different games 10 times, which to me is totally doable.
So I don't know whether Steph's games were all provided by the publisher, but all the games I'm going to be talking about were indeed provided by the publisher, but they didn't give it to us in exchange for this video. They gave them to us because they know we like to play all the games. So, unlike our game overviews or rules teaches or playthroughs, which tend to be more about just sticking to the game, these overview videos, these weekly recaps will tell you pretty much exactly what we think about these games. So if you would prefer some more of the, I would guess you call it unvarnished truth about games, you should probably watch these weekly recaps. Or even better, join us live on Twitch, where between our videos, we tell you exactly all of the little things that impressed us or bothered us or whatever. Now, overview videos are more for, hey, we know this game is for somebody. This might be for you. And that's how we try to present all of the games that we show on our overview videos and rules teaches. So, I do not have any games for Monday.
We did play Ujabumi.
Oh, I do have a game for Monday.
Ujabumi.
Oh, I had Udabumi.
Udabumi.
Right. I do have a game for Monday. I'd already fast forwarded it Tuesday. But yeah, we played Udabumi from Mosaic Games.
Yeah. So there's 3 different modes in this game, and we chose to play the cooperative mode because that's how I prefer to play dudes on a map kind of situational games.
And that's what this is dudes on a map type of game, where you can have swordsmen, swordswomen, archers, spearmen, mounted soldiers mounted on horseback, and archers mounted on the backs of elephants. So, in this game, you're basically just rolling dice, Yahtzee style, and then carrying out what the dice say, whether it is move or attack or heal. Heal can also be used to pick up treasures. So, you're moving around on the map and doing whatever the scenario asks you to do. You don't necessarily even have to play a scenario. You could just go to a certain number of defeats or whatever. There are only 3 scenarios in the rule book, and so
I think it was one of Mosaic's first games.
Yeah.
So,
so the designer Falcon, he says, "Oh no, I'm so embarrassed. This is too simple for y'all." But we play all the games,
that's
right?
Yeah.
So we have to play them all.
And he provided it to us at Gen Con.
Absolutely. So
we want to play it.
Exactly, for sure. But yeah, the only 2 criticisms that I have are, 1, there's a day side and night side to the board, and it's the same layout.
Yeah.
The same palace, the same walls, etc. And 2, there are only 3 scenarios in the rule book. Really needs more map variety, really needs more scenario variety, because once you've played that, I feel like we've played it.
Sure. I mean, there's also we're rolling dice, so it's not all just like strategic movement.
Exactly.
There is a little bit of luck involved with that, and then you could also use the event cards and stuff to keep it
a little bit more like what's going to happen.
So I don't really fault him for that. I can't help but compare it to other games we've played recently where there's no scenarios and no setup or anything. So to me it's already a step up from like that. Because the fact that there are 3 is good, and then there's different ways to play is good. You can always make it harder by adding more, soldiers or whatever.
Even those scenarios, if I'm not mistaken, some of them are competitive or semi-cooperative. I guess that's if you wanted to play a team-based game, or 2-on-1, for example. So yeah, there are some interesting things to look at here. It uses grid movement instead of hex movement, so it's a grid of squares instead of a grid of hexes. And so it's some of the diagonal movement mechanics and diagonal range mechanics can be exploited by a wargamer who is more familiar with that, because I mean literally a diagonal on a square is 1.4 times the size of going orthogonal to a square. So you get a little bit of apples and oranges there. The line of sight mechanics are not
well defined,
war game precise, shall we say.
Yeah. We've also seen worse than that.
Yes, we have. We've seen a lot worse.
I'm trying to compare to other things we've seen. So altogether, it's not my favorite game, but it's better than a lot of other things that I have seen.
Sure.
So, I think it was a valiant effort in telling the tales of Indian War, because I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And for one of the earlier titles put out by Mosaic, I mean, that was a good showing by their team. So we're actually going to be on their podcast tomorrow. So
we'll have to link that when that's up and running.
Actually, it'll be Tuesday for them and Monday night for us.
We're doing it late Monday night, their early morning.
Exactly.
That was good.
So that's Yuta-Bumi.
And then we actually played Game of War. A game of poker. I wanted to mention it just because Michael was really rude and knocked me out in turn 1.
I did.
And then Matt in the chat won. So congrats to Matt. I had to sit there and just cheer on nobody because I was butt hurt.
If you don't think you can win, don't go all in.
I thought I could. So
and this
that was
coming from
my fastest game of poker ever.
First hand elimination.
Whoops.
Coming from the Gathering champion, she took out literally. I'm fairly sure it was
people.
like 79 people.
But nobody was playing like that. I mean, so now that BGA has the implementation of Texas Hold'em, it's a lot easier just to go all in and be done.
Right.
And then you're done, and then you go to the next table or whatever. I mean, people bet crazy on BGA just because it's false. It's like fake money.
That is the main complaint with online poker games, because there's no skin in the game. You can tilt, crazy bet,
and it doesn't
because
matter.
there's no risk to you. Even if you've got a neighborhood poker night buy-in that costs $10 or $20 for buy-in, you now have a little skin in the game where you can't just throw a $20 bill on the table and say, yeah, let's go all in. You're not going to do that.
It's unlikely. You might do it, but
I mean, granted, it's only $20, but it's not free. It's not nothing.
I know you want to play a little longer than that.
Yeah.
Well, I will certainly want to play a little longer than one hand. But here we go. Anyway,
hey, time roller.
It's still cool that it's on there. I ended up playing a few random games, and I'm like, yeah, I'm terrible at this. People just bet crazy.
The reason why you do terrible at it isn't because you're doing terrible at it. It's because people will go in on things that they would not normally go in on. Like, oh, I've got a 3-9. Sure, I'll put in $2.
And then a 3-9 pop up.
And then a 3-9 pops up. And you're sitting there with ace high and you're like, yeah, I've got a really good chance at this. But no, because in a real poker game, nobody would stay in on a 3-9, so you have to worry about 2 pair already. It just rarely happens.
Right. I get it.
And when poker is a game about trying to read people, if the money is worth nothing, then that makes it really difficult to play correctly or well. So I always try to treat all poker games, free or paid, with the same level of everything, because otherwise, how do I get better at that? So
no, I mean, I agree. I still don't know a proper bet, so I need to read a book on it. I think.
No, I can help you.
I could just read a book.
You could read a book because she doesn't like talking to me.
No, I
it's
do.
It's clear, right?
I just, yeah.
So
maybe I'll talk to Edward.
Yeah.
He was a pro. He did it for a living for several years or something. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, it was still good.
Because she doesn't trust my advice.
No, it's different. Okay, so
it's
Tuesday, Amy came over. We played lots and lots of Take Time.
So
I
gotta say, we played.
I was tired.
Envelope 3. And Amy was distracted, and Steph was distracted, and I'm like, you do realize that this is where the lowest card needs to be played? And she's like, I know, but I wasn't paying attention. And I'm like, we gotta pay attention.
I was paying attention.
Hey, James.
I was paying attention. I knew what I was doing, but then you went in my spot. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Sure. So we won 3 and then said, I think we need to take a break.
That's fair. And then Amy and I went to game night.
Yes. And where you played some games.
Yes.
Because that's what you do at game
there was
night.
one table of SETI that they were playing for a long, long time. And then our table of 4, I taught everybody how to play Anno 1800.
I love Anno 1800.
Which is a really cool game. And the expansion never got to the US, which is sad because...
there is an expansion roaming around out there that we don't have?
It's in Europe, yeah. So we should somehow get it.
Somehow get it.
Delphia. Hello. But apparently they smooth out the ending a little bit, which was really what the game needs, because...
So you're telling me I'll like it even better?
I think so. I think we'll all like it better with the expansion. It
was already a keeper.
Yeah, the thing is, it was a 4-player game. It's a bit long with 4, but turns are snappy at first, and then everybody's like, "Well, now what do I do?" And Steph's clearly winning, and well, it's not fair because I've played before. I kind of know what I want to do. And so, like, Wendy and Neil had the opportunity to end the game. At some point, they said they had the opportunity, but they were going to lose for it. And so the game ended up going a little bit longer than... So it was going at a good pace, and people were liking it, and then liking it, and then not liking it, and then really not liking it. So in the end, I think they generally liked it, but don't necessarily want to play again.
With you.
Maybe not. I do think the game would be better with fewer than 4 people. That would probably help. But
yeah.
But now that they know what they're doing in the game, they might like it better. So the thing is, Wendy did like it, and that's like a win because it's kind of hard to please some people, right? So
some people meaning Wendy.
Oh, and Neil. I mean,
Neil.
So they're particular on what they like. They're particular. I'm not gonna say that I'm not particular. I am, because I don't want to sit there and play Lacerda or whatever.
I wouldn't call that particular.
There are a lot of things that they like that I might not like, but I can play a game on another table. Like,
sure.
I went into that game night planning to play 10, but then they were playing SETI, and then I got the little, like, for tend, so that didn't happen. So I'm like, okay, we're in this room. I'd play this, and we decided on like 3 different games from my long list of things I would play.
So the game that you played before Tend, is that the pre-Tend game?
We didn't play any Tend.
That was not the question.
I know. No, it was no pre-Tend.
No, there was no pre-Tend game?
No, there was not.
So.
Bad Michael. Bad Michael.
She didn't even side-eye me. I mean, I'm losing it.
No. But I think ultimately it was a success. It had been 3 years since I played, but going through the rules was still fine.
Right.
And, it wasn't difficult to get into.
So
it's just like a lot of symbols.
I think someone who is particular might be someone like our friend Eric.
Yeah, he's definitely particular.
That's what I'm trying to make the distinction of. Just because you don't want to play Lacerda games doesn't necessarily make you particular, but if you didn't like Lacerda or Rosenberg or Feld or Knizia or this or that or the other, that might make you particular. But you're not that way, and you even like some Lacerdas. So
there are, and I would like to try all of the Lacerdas. So like I would play Inventions because I haven't played it yet, but it's not like I don't gravitate towards a lot of what Jonathan's collection. I like about half of his collection. So now that's not to say he doesn't have a good collection. He does. It's probably 500 games, which you probably say that's a lot of games, but to me it's like I don't want to play that. So to me that's a particular situation. I look around the room and be like, I don't really want to play a lot of these.
Well, I mean, you could theoretically say that the same thing about Board Game Geek's library. They bring you somewhere between 5,000 and 8,000 games to a convention. And I'm sure you would say, I don't want to play that or 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 that. But I don't think that makes you particular.
Okay, maybe not.
Because you've played a bunch of those games before, which is why you don't want to play them now.
Yes, I know.
That's...
He put up his list of 100 unplayed games, and there's like 80% of them that I'm like, I don't want to play that.
I mean, I could probably go downstairs, and me as an Omni gamer, there's plenty of games that I would not want to play from your keep forever.
Oh,
stuff.
Sure. I'm sure of it.
So, but I don't think I'm particular.
Sure. It's just we are an eclectic group of gamers, but we do find games to play. And so they were willing to learn Anno.
And then?
And, David was learning it for the second time. He's like, I haven't played this. I haven't played this. And Jonathan comes in like, we played it this day 4 years ago.
So, interesting thing. David is Neil's dad.
That's right.
And both of them come to game night. It's really good. So, I mean, Neil is already fully adult, so it's not like a kid is coming to gaming.
He's more like Jonathan's my age.
Yeah.
And then David's the dad of Neil. And David was coming.
David older than me. Neil about your age.
Right.
So, yeah.
And David was coming more and more, but he's coming less. When Neil comes, he comes. But so I think for the most part it went over well. BGG
is back up. I did not know it was down.
It was down. Thank goodness it's up.
Oh,
jeez,
good.
I was like, where's BGG? We also played a game of Fantasy Realms Greek Legends, which Wendy loves Fantasy Realms. Everybody loved it. We ended up playing with 5 people, so we ended up playing an extra 4 cards.
So 14 in the middle instead of 10.
I think it was 14 is what we had.
Cool. Does that help?
Yeah, I think so. You get more turns. It's just nice to have a few extra.
Then just here's what you're dealt. Make a hand out of it.
So I think everybody enjoyed that. While we were waiting for Seti to finish, Wendy and I knocked out 2 games of Acropolis, and she killed me both times. She's been playing it with her family, so I don't feel so bad that I lost.
Acropolis is a really cool tile laying game where you're trying to group things based on the type of building that it is. In addition, you're doing those buildings, however they score, times a multiplier based on
the height that you can get it. So they all the colors will score a little differently. Like you don't want to put yellows next to yellows, and you want to have a big group of blue regions.
And you want to put some on the outsides, the forts on the outside.
Yeah, it's a really great little game. And with 2 people, we played in 10 minutes for one game. So like we were done.
Sure.
And then we ended the night with 4 of us playing Trinket Trove. And we ended the night after that with the 3 people I taught buying a copy of Trinket Trove. It was a huge success.
Nice.
If you catch my drift. And I knew people would probably like it just because it is really cute. I mean, it really is. And I know Wendy loves all the cuteness.
So they were ordering it as y'all were taking turns.
Yeah, that's what happened. And I'm like, we're in the middle of the second game, and Amy's like, got it. I've ordered it.
Awesome.
And so they're like, it's so fast. It's only 6 rounds. With 4 people, it's only 6 rounds. But for me, this game fires money. If you know the Knizia game called Money, because it has the opportunity to just bet 0 and take 1 off the top of the deck. It gives more opportunities for more cards to come into play, which I like but again, I've only played it with 4 people, and I would really like to play it with 6 people just to see how that dynamic changes. They were going crazy in one game. Like, all of them bet 3 cards at one point. I'm like, I'm really glad I went first and bet 0.
Exactly.
I'm like, I want no part of this crazy betting.
Yeah, because going last and betting 0 on that is easy. But you went first and luckily bowed out with 0, which you could have accidentally been 2 and then been 3. It would have been awful. That would have been horrible.
And I ended up winning 2 of the 3 games, so I probably won that game where everybody was betting 3 cards, because that was crazy. I'm like, wow. So that was a really good night of game day. And then we didn't play anything Wednesday.
Nope.
And then Thursday I went to the meetup and we played Castle Combo. That's what Jill was setting up when I got there. I'm like, can I play? So she was teaching someone. And then we played Castle Combo is a really great filler, and that's kind of been our go-to for both of my groups, honestly. It's been a great go-to.
Yeah. Good drafting game where you're drafting from one level or the other of this display, and you can spend some of your tokens to, instead of drafting from the lower level, draft from the upper level, and then it stays on the upper level until someone says, hey, I want a lower level card, and then they spend a token to drop it to the lower level, and trying to build those sets of whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, it's really good. Then we played Take Time. I ended up because I'm like, Jill, do I play Take Time? She's like, yes. And so we ended up teaching Chris and a newcomer, Romain.
Chris of Fate of the Fellowship.
Yes.
All the time, Chris.
Yes, that's good. Chris. So we played. I'm like, they can handle it. We just started with clock 2. Because I'm sick of clock 1, and then tried to explain, well, then 24. Just explain it from the get-go. Like, 24 is the max. Let's play clock 2. They caught on. We didn't do great, but we did all right. And then the funny thing is, we played, Chris was like, I brought fromage. Can we play fromage? And Romain, he says, my last name's Fromage. I love fromage. And by fromage, he means the cheese.
Romain fromage?
Romain fromage. Because he's from France.
What?
Yeah. I know, right? And so he did what he had been wanting to play the game, fromage. So that worked out. I don't mind playing fromage. I don't particularly love fromage, but
Cosmic Beat.
I'm happy to play fromage, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I think the game's good, but I don't.
Cosmic Beat with 5 years of subscriptions.
Thanks, Cosmic Beat. You're the best.
No, 30 months. I can't count. 2.5 years of subscriptions.
Basically the same.
Halfway to 5 years. I can't even add.
So that worked out. We liked Fromage. And then we had 30 minutes. And I'm like, let's play Savannah Park. So I threw Savannah Park on the table. And Jill was so frustrated the whole time. And we ended the game. She's like, I loved it. I'm like...
Wow.
I'm like, okay, I wasn't sure because you were like, oh, the whole time. But for those who don't know Savannah Park, it is a game where you randomly put your tiles on the board, and then every time it's someone's turn, they say, let's move the whatever animal tile to elephant tile, and then everybody has to find the 2 elephant tile, and you have to move it and flip it. So all the tiles are going to be moved by the end of the game, and you're trying to get big groups of the animals with the watering holes as multipliers. So it's... But
everyone's board is a little bit different.
Everybody's board is randomly placed with tiles at the beginning of the game. So I might move the 2 elephant tile, and you're like, not that one yet. You know, so I think that's where her like frustration came in. But I think it's pretty fun and always good. So that was my Thursday group.
So Jill and Brian are a couple. They have recently gone to New York and had a great time.
Yeah. That looked like fun.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, that they love movies, so I've become fast friends with them.
Oh, for sure. Well, they like movies. They like Broadway musicals.
I know, and they like games. They
like games.
I'm all in on this friendship that we have here in Murfreesboro.
A lot of good people to play with down here.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
And then is it Friday yet?
It's Friday. Wendy begged me to play on BGA. She's like, can you play Castle of Mad King Ludwig? And I go, I know you don't like Castle of Mad King Ludwig, but let's play. And it's because of the BGA awards are right now. In order to vote on a game, you have to play all the 4 games in the category. Of course, she wants to vote for Forest Shuffle because she's played that hundreds of times.
Right.
So that does not surprise me that she wanted to vote. So we knocked out a game of Castle Mad King Ludwig and 2 games of Guild of Merchant Explorers, which has become one of my favorites. Honestly, I'm reevaluating my 100 list to make sure that gets in there somewhere because really love Guild of Merchant Explorers. So anyway, what else did we do? We did, you and I played a couple games. We played...
So after your game night, then you came to the movies.
Oh, we did. We went
to Greenland 2.
On Thursday, we did.
Yes.
We saw Greenland 2, because I had seen Greenland 1 when it showed up on Netflix or whatever.
And I was texting my new Facebook friend, James.
Oh, yeah?
So yeah, and I was like, oh, yeah, Steph's going to go see a movie. Not my movie, but then you did come to
I changed my mind because I could see there's another movie I really want to see. Yeah,
I showed him the popcorn.
Hey, I can't have that. That's the only reason not to go to the movies with Michael.
Yeah. So I did say, now I need to know whether you're coming to Greenland too.
I wasn't
because
sure.
I'm buying popcorn and I don't want to buy popcorn if you're coming to the movies.
That's right.
And so I didn't hear from her and I'm like, okay, I'm buying popcorn.
Well, so sometimes game night runs long, but the brewery does close at 9, so we are supposed to leave by 9, and the movie was at 9. The movie I was gonna see was at 9:15, so it was one of those, if I'm late, I can go to the Korean one I want to see, which I'll go to tomorrow.
But you're going to go see anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to miss it if it was leaving theaters. You never know on a Thursday if it's going to like show up in theaters the next day or not.
That's right.
But I'm like, I do want to see Greenland.
So we saw it.
And so, yeah, we saw it.
Not as good as the original.
I would agree with that.
Good. Still good.
Yeah.
So then on Friday we played a couple games.
That's right. I wanted to play a game we've had for a while. So it is the 2-player sushi game called Aldebaran Duel. Yeah. So it's a 2-player only game with so you're like managing your hand of cards. You have to use the cards as resources, and you have to use them to play, like to spend your resources to play the cards. And there are tracks to, boost your production values and military values.
If you go up 1 on the food track, then all of your food cards will cost you 1 fewer food. So most games that do these tracks will generally say, okay, if it costs 2 metal and 2 food and you produce 2 metal and 2 food, it's going to be free. Not Aldebaran Duel. They'll say, oh, you still have to pay 1 of something. And that's sometimes
why?
It's a little frustrating in the calculations and everything. So everything is going to cost you at least 1. And so at the start, you're thinking, well, why do I need to invest so hard in these? Well, here's the catch. Things get more and more and more and more and more expensive. So if you are throwing away these cards for resources and not building them for their producing capabilities, then you're just going to fall further and further and further behind till you can't make anything. Second, there's a hand limit that you cannot even draw up beyond
7.
and then discard if you've got a bunch of cards that you can't possibly play. I did not encounter a situation where there was nothing I could build and nothing I wanted to build or nothing that I could possibly physically build from my hand. Yes, you can discard 2 to be any one resource, but I wonder in the back of my mind, is it possible to lock yourself out of a situation where you could possibly play? Because there is no mechanism by which you can discard cards because you don't want them anymore.
The game is super punishing. It's beyond tight. Like you can say, there are tight games like, for instance, Sushi did Underwater Cities. I'd say that's a pretty tight game. Your resources are like, hey, you need everything you got. The problem is it's not. This is punishing tight. This is like, you just can't. You sit there like, how can I possibly even do this? You have to spend basically the whole round playing 2 cards. It's like there's no fun in playing this. Is my main problem.
So why are you creating some of these production things? Well, there are what, 4 resources: energy, food, metal, and science. And science has weird rules as to whether you can spend the science things as resources or not, and which just adds a whole nother layer of confusion to the rules. Then there are 3 other things that aren't resources, but they're tracks. It's like diplomacy and civics and military. Yeah.
Right.
And that it will move you along this grid track. Military will make you go one way. The trade or civics, whatever it is, makes you go another way. And the diplomacy makes you go diagonally back towards whoever wins that one. And that's fine. But ultimately, this is supposed to be about playing a planet and then colonizing that planet and then sending out a colony ship to that planet. But for a game that is supposed to be about colonizing those planets, there's very little planet colonization going on. I actually focused on it and got 3, maybe 4.
I only got like 2 planets.
And you got 2.
It's so hard because you get a planet, okay, that's down, but then you need to find the appropriate cards to play onto the planet. But
if they don't come up, they don't come up, and I can't.
Or they all come up early, and then you have to spend those cards as the resources, and then they don't come up again, and then you're like, it's very punishing because not all cards have the planet resource, like the planet icon, so you can't play just any card.
But between eras, you're going to want to play some of your science tiles, right? Well, you're going to have to save some of your science cards. Well, that counts against your hand limit.
I should have just skipped that completely, I think, ultimately. It helped you. It did not help me. It helped. So I spent a lot of resources putting out my first one, which allowed me to play planet cards for one resource cheaper. I'm like, that's going to be so helpful. But then I ended up playing one more planet. So basically it was a one resource thing I did for 2 points or something. It was ultimately not worth it.
So there is one more mechanic for scoring more points, and that is that there are 3 symbols on the corners of these cards. There are colony ships, there are little shuttles, and there are they look like little satellites. So you might think that playing 4 or 5 of them would be great. And yeah, it can be great. The thing is that the number of those that you create acts as a multiplier times the number of tokens that you have collected. Now, you might say, well, what are those tokens? So the tokens are created by playing the planet that might have that symbol on the planet, and you don't get one for the planet having it. But then let's say that you play another card to help colonize the planet, and it has that resource on it too. Hey, cool, I get 2 tokens right now, you get 1. Then for your third, you get 2 more. And so you collect those tokens by playing these matching pieces into these little planet quadrants.
If you're lucky enough to even get the cards.
If those cards even come up. And that was my problem. I went the whole game. I sent out 3 colony ships. Not one of my planet segments had colony ships on it. I got whatever it was times 0.
The thing is, you want to colonize the planets because then you get the bonus for it. So, like, the whole time you want to colonize this planet so you can get the bonus on that card, but you can't colonize the planet because you can't find the planet cards that you need to play.
And I think that they realize that colonizing the planets can be a problem because you're playing this over 3 eras. In the 3rd era, you don't need to completely do the planet before you get the bonus for it. Because they're like, oh yeah, this is the last era. We need to give you some reason to actually play these planets even. And so they just give you the completion bonus because they know it's just too difficult. I can't say that this is better or worse with any different player counts because you know what? It's 1 or 2 players because of this word here, duel.
Right.
It is a 2-player duel.
Right.
So there's a lot that I thought I was going to like about this game. I love cards with tags. I love things that chain. I love production sorts of engines. And this completely missed the mark.
I agree.
Oh, and I like sushi games, generally
That's
speaking.
what I was going to say. Like, I was really excited to play this game for a long time because I'm like, it's Sushi. I really enjoy his games. He always has something different. He is a designer that all of his games are very different from one another. And I can really appreciate that because a lot of designers otherwise have a lot of similar type of games.
Right.
So I appreciate his breadth of like variety in his titles. So I'm glad we played it, but it's definitely not one I would like to play again.
For sure. Yeah,
Unfortunately.
Suchy. Suchy. Vladimir. Correct, James.
Vladimir Suchy.
So yeah, that's Aldebaran Duel.
Oh well.
So Steph said that she has played Quartermaster General, and we've had this on the review pile for a little while, and we're like, let's go ahead and take a look at Quartermaster General South Front.
Let me just start off by saying Quartermaster General I've had really good experiences with. with 6 people. There are 2 teams of 3, and you're all doing your own little thing, and you have a deck of cards generating the actions of what you're going to do. To me, it was pretty streamlined. Now, going to this game here, it's strictly 2-player. There's a lot going on. It doesn't feel streamlined, and it feels definitely a war game, which they're both war games. I get that, but this definitely has a more of a war game feel, which is fine. I think the game is pretty good. So that's just what I'm overviewing with.
So this is obviously a World War II themed game that takes place around the Mediterranean. We're talking the extreme southern part of Spain and Italy and Greece and the northern part of Africa. And you're basically just trying to hold on to starred areas. And every year you're going to gain victory points if you control those starred areas. And it's a card management game at its heart. You're going to play cards in order to do the actions on those cards, or for the reactions at the bottoms of those cards. The thing that bothered me is that it is a war game in which you can go to battle only based on where the cards tell you to go, unless you discard 2 cards. Well, those 2 cards,
precious life, almost.
A, hard to get, and B, have great things that they let you do. You're not going to want to just spend 2 cards willy-nilly.
No.
Just so you can go to this middle of nowhere place and take out one of your opponent's.
It depends, though, right? If it really benefits you to do that, then you're going to want to do it. But ultimately, I think it's the theme, and that this is what they're trying to get you to do by giving you these cards. And the cards that you have are also really good. So
they're all really good.
It's all really good. So you have to pick and choose how you want to progress. There were a few things that we had like an issue with regarding rules. It was
regarding supply, back to your supplied areas. Steph left an area open. She left the Egyptian side completely wide open. So I booked one of my fleets down with a tank, tank, got out at Egypt, and then realized, oh, wait a second, last turn I could not have done that because based on supply rules, this empty sea area would not have your fleet would have interdicted the supply because there's an empty sea area here. Technically, I couldn't have gone there, but we ultimately just said, you know what? Let's just call it, a draw here. Because you had abandoned that area. I probably could have taken it 1 turn later.
I mean, I was planning
had I just gone slower.
I was planning on putting like a tank there or whatever, just because I knew that I was in trouble. Like, I knew it was a problem leaving it barren. Right. And ultimately, the UK doesn't have a lot of land units, so it was much more difficult to maintain than I thought. Because I'm like, I'm gonna take Greece and all these areas up here, and I was in a pretty good position. Other than that, right. Because I needed that land. Even if you did take it over, I think I still would have been okay because I could have migrated most of my pieces to the other side.
Sure.
And brought in. Eventually, the US was coming in to help, and so all those cards were going to help me.
But then you'd have to drill through all of the Mediterranean.
I think I could
get to Egypt. We'll see.
I mean, I didn't need to get to Egypt. I just needed to get to 10 points ahead of you.
That's correct. But if I would have had that, I don't think that would have happened. But I
don't know. It's
hard to say. That's why we called it a draw, because is it worth trying to back up 2 seasons worth of moves, and we didn't think it was. I
really like what the game is doing. I think it's a little bit more involved than I want it to be, because Quartermaster General is just so like streamlined. Smoother, and you get the card, you do the card, and then you move your stuff, and then I mean, again, it's been very long since I played Quartermaster General, but I like the interactions of the team aspect of it, and I think it works really well, especially for a 6-player game. This is just like a lot for me.
Sure.
I'm not so much a war gamer. It doesn't call to me. It called to me because of the name Quartermaster General, but
right, you were familiar with
it.
That.
It didn't. It's not really my jam, though. I understand it as a good game.
Right.
So
that's fair.
For those who like this kind of game, I think it's definitely worth checking out.
Right.
And it can be combined with what, North Front or East Front? I forget. There's another.
There are several of them that can be connected together. So my criticisms with the game are that there's an area in Turkey that's just impassable. Because why? Because they didn't want to add those regions because they are added with different versions of the game. Well, that really makes it difficult to move my units around the outside of the Mediterranean over land. And you can't do it other than by sea in this version.
Right.
And so that was like, well, why? You know, the same thing with your unit stuck over in Gibraltar. You can't go into Spain. Why?
I was planning on it, and then you said I couldn't. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So
but okay, fine.
I'm sort of like,
what they should have,
especially when supply is so important in this game.
Yeah. What they should have done, honestly, is it's not impassable. But if you're using this if you're using this game with it, then these are the rules for how it combines.
No, yeah, you would have just been able to go clear around because those areas would have existed at that point.
Yeah, I think they should have just had alternate rules if you're using multiple games. That's all.
Right. Yeah, like you know, if you have units on either side, you've got supply. But it doesn't have that. So I would have been just fine sitting over there in Egypt because I would have been able to get myself supply. But those rules didn't exist. So yeah. I generally don't. I like war games. You know, I started, you know, deep, heavy gaming with Squad Leader back when I was in my teens. So love games like that, generally speaking. But the abstraction of the supply and the fact that, oh, hey, I've got this empty sea area. No, you can't go there. It's
it feels like one more thing.
There are a lot of, oh, but you can't do it with this. There's like a first movement and a second movement. Well, everything can go in the first movement, but only certain things can go in the second movement. You can move things in with, you know, you can move your infantry and tanks into regions, but during second movement, you can only invade with tanks. If you drop off an infantry, well, you can't do that in a completely empty region owned by your opponent.
Honestly, I needed a flow chart.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what the second movement rules were, so I was just like, I'm not going to move anything in the second movement because I really didn't know. It's not clear to me.
It's not very clear.
I get it. If you're playing these all the time, you understand that only this, and this can move.
And I'm sure
or
that
why the plane, the plane can't take over a region. Fine, I get that. I get that the plane can't like hop, skip, and a jump because of this, and this.
Sure.
It's just there were a lot of different rules for the different types of.
I think West Front and East Front have the similar sort of rules.
Probably. I mean, so if you're already familiar with it, it's fine. But this was our first in the series, so it's a lot. I needed a better player aid regarding movement rules. There's a player aid. It tells you all the steps of a turn, which is fine.
But it doesn't tell you what units can move on those turns.
And it gives you all the different actions you can do, which is helpful. But I needed a little bit more than that.
Sure.
Regarding movement, because I'm like, okay.
combat is very abstracted and not, I would say, other than the fact that you have random cards, it's not at all random. If I am attacking Steph, unlike a lot of war games, you don't move those units in. It's just they are on opposite sides of, where it's one area to another. It's like, Steph, I'm attacking you, remove a unit. And then if she removes a unit, then I want to continue the battle. I also have to remove a unit, but wait, I have to remove a certain kind of unit if I want the battle to continue. If she removes a tank, I cannot remove an infantry and keep going. Well, why? Thematically, to me, there's a little disconnect. I wanted to like it a lot more than I did. So
yeah, I mean, so this is where I like Board Games James his reviews, because it tells you he likes the mechanics,
I really
he likes this, and this, and the yearningness is like this. So for me, my yearningness to play this is very low, but otherwise I give the game pretty fair rankings, because I don't really foresee that many problems with the game, especially if you like this kind of game.
Yeah, I really like how James does his numerical breakout. So be sure to follow our friend James. As you can see, his name is right up here in the chat. Board Games, Gaymes, James. So make sure to follow him on all of the media.
BGG, he gives a really good write-up for his games.
Yeah.
And I just, because it's hard for me, because I want to rate this game fairly, but for if you're just rating it based on how much you enjoy the game, well, it's pretty low.
Right. Well, there's
for me, because it's just not my type of thing.
He has a mechanics rating, which is great. The yearning that you said, I like breaking it out like that. So it's not just, it's 7 out of 10. Well, can you go into a little bit more detail than that? And not even you do that.
No, I mean, I write up what my feelings are about a game, but it's just, I like that because it's like, I don't rate it all on my yearningness to play a game, because...
Well, yeah, sometimes I rate games higher because they are innovative. Sometimes I like games...
I don't want to steal it. I want to praise it because I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah, but, it's not that we want to do the same exact thing. However, if people like that, they're going to like your reviews for sure. So we want to go ahead and give praise where it is warranted.
I've been looking at a lot of the BGG Geek Buddy analysis, and he has it for all of it. I'm like, I love it.
That's good. And the fact that he puts it on his reviews on BGG, on the comments.
I love it.
Like you do.
I try and put as many comments as I can.
Sure.
And especially in the past 10 years I have. But
yeah. There's no question as to how someone feels. And not only that, but why they feel this way about that thing. Because it's like, I don't want to play this all the time, but I want to give it props because it's innovative, because it has a great rule set. It might not be for me, but I see a great game here. So... Yeah, stop forcing you to do it, James. So
update all your game listings and rankings. I said that's a lot of work. So, and then yesterday, Michael and I played several games. We started with Potions of Azurland
from Lucky Duck Games. I should have said Quartermaster General. I didn't even say Aldebaran Duel, provided by Rio Grande Games.
Right.
Quartermaster General Southfront, provided to us by Ares Games. And Potions of Azurland, provided by Lucky Duck.
That's right. And this is like a very cute game.
It's super cute.
It's super cute. I would say it's another tight resource kind of game, but this one feels less tight than Aldebaran.
There you go.
For me... quickly, I guess, for me, this game, I feel like I didn't really get much done.
So in Potions of Azurland, you are creating potions. How do you create potions? Well, you've got to collect those resources. And this is another game where we looked at James's ratings.
Well, yeah, I saw it there.
Because he gives this a high mechanics score, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Potions of Azurland ultimately is just like any other resource collection, create potion, use potion sort of thing, or provide potions to customers.
Yeah.
However, the way that it does it is tied together by a really clever mechanic whereby you are rating each of these actions in a turn from 1 to 5. And you can say you're not going to do the action at all, and you're going to get 1 or 2 gold for that. But basically, you're going to set your ratings for each of these 5 actions: foraging and brewing and fulfilling and study and what's the other one, Steph? There are 5 actions. Anyway, whenever one is done, then you're going to decide whether you're going to drink the potions that you worked really hard to create. And I think this might be where things might not be very balanced, in that if you drink a potion, you're going to get some kind of benefit. However, most times the benefits just don't outweigh the very few resources that you get. The few resources you get, it doesn't outweigh the things you could do with that potion, giving it up for many points for these customers. So anyway, James says, I see you found the tiebreaker potion cauldron thing confusing.
I didn't, because I'm familiar with Nidavellir.
Yes.
And it's kind of the same thing.
If you should play Nidavellir, and it's the same exact thing.
Nidavellir is amazing.
In Nidavellir, it's similar in that everyone has these ice shards from 1 to 5. And if we have a tie, then whoever has the higher numbered one's going to go first, but then we're going to trade those numbers. So next time there's a tiebreaker, I hold the better tiebreaker now, because you just gave it to me.
Right.
And whether there's 3 or 4 people depends on who is going to trade their cauldrons, or if there's 3 people, the middle person's not going to trade. It's just, it also works fairly well if you, there are several other games that use this type of tie-breaking system.
I think it works well. At least for me, that wasn't the issue so much. Well, one, we played it 2-player, so I could see, if it's just too much for a 4-player game or whatever.
Sure.
If people aren't familiar with games or whatever, that could be confusing. Or I feel like it shouldn't be that confusing to you, James, but I don't know.
You're smart.
Yeah. But for me, the main problem was it's the 6 rounds, and I feel like I did pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
I got 4 people built.
So, you mean 4 customers fulfilled?
Yeah. And that feels pretty weak.
I think I got, 6?
And that's basically 1 per round.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like I did enough in the amount of time I put into playing.
And so game. That's sort of, so this is 60 to 90 minutes. I don't think it takes that long, but that's 2 games that we've played in a 2-day period. Aldebaran Duel and Potions of Azurland, where it feels like you just can't get anything done.
I still liked this one better, maybe because it is cute or whatever, but I didn't feel like going up the tracks where that was that interesting, so I didn't do it. I didn't study
and
at all.
And I did go up the tracks.
And you ended up winning because you got people that helped with your end game scoring. So whatever, but
she thought I was going to destroy her.
I didn't think you would destroy her. I knew you would win.
I beat you by 8 points, I think. 6 points.
I focused on 2 customers getting those done.
Sure.
But it was still... It wasn't enough. It was not a fun strategy, if you will.
So yeah, there are a couple of customers that are in the customer pile that are able to be exploited. Now you can't count on them coming out because you're only going to be using a certain number of those customers. But there's a customer that Steph saw immediately. They were coming down the road, and it was one that gave you a point for every coin that you had collected. So Steph's like, I'm going to collect every coin in the kingdom. And then you ended up getting lots of points.
I got 11.
But you...
for having 11 coins.
And then there was one that came by that said, hey, repeat one of your instant scoring things. And you're like, I'm going to do it again. And I'm like, well, I could stop you and it would take every bit of everything I have to stop you. Or I just let you have it. And ultimately, I just let you have it. You scored it twice.
But it would have been fine because I would have gone for hats instead because that was the other option to get. So.
It's not hats. It's apprentices.
Sure.
It might look like a hat.
It's a hat. It's a hat.
Was it the Bonds card?
I don't know.
I don't know the Bonds card.
I don't know the Bonds card. So probably not. No,
there was one. The card with the coins, I think, looked like a knight or a black knight. And the one that let you do it again had a little wolf on it. Because you said, oh, I love that wolf.
Oh, yeah, the little wolf.
Yeah.
So cute. So we read on the forums that people were saying that there's a broken strategy. Neither of us ended up doing the broken strategy that is broken, but I'm not convinced it's a
I'm not convinced it's a broken strategy. So
I don't know. Maybe with 4 people it is a broken strategy. But...
So whenever I have to go on BGG for maybe a rules question or whatnot, I will quickly peruse the forums and see if anybody says, oh, hey, this is a broken game. This is this is that. Because, I mean, ultimately, if someone sees an exploit, they're going to complain about it on BGG. Well, not 1, but 2 people are complaining about what they call the expert speed potion. I guess overpowered ability, whereby if you drink an expert level speed potion, you get a priority 0 token. A 0 is even lower than a 1. So it beats anyone's best priority value. You gonna look for bonds?
I was.
Okay, got it. And so if you get a couple of those, then supposedly you are pretty much unbeatable. Well, I read through the designer's comments. Now, a lot of times I will read these comments by designers, and they, generally speaking, a lot of designers cannot take criticisms that their game might possibly have some kind of overpowered ability or loophole or what have you. I think that Gray is the designer. I think that his response was very measured, and I think addresses the situation quite well. So, yeah, and normally I don't think that because a lot of designers are defensive about their games, but I think Gray addressed it appropriately. Enough so that I didn't feel the need to try to exploit this game, that strategy. So anyway, should be Bonds and Calpo look for a corgi.
Maybe she was only in like a Kickstarter card, but I didn't see any with Bonds.
No, I'm trying to find the one that is yours. The one that
I don't have any. With a corgi.
No, it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the card that you got. Did you not see it? Did you not see the card you got?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the card that Steph got. And then there's the other card Steph already had.
So I got 12,
it looks sort of like a knight or a black knight.
12 base points, and then I got 11 each, so 22 extra. So that was like a majority of my points right there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing bonds.
No.
Or a corgi. So I am guessing it's a Kickstarter, something or other. We do not have a Kickstarter copy.
No.
Unfortunately.
Let's pick it up.
So yeah, that was Potions of Azurland, excuse me.
Yeah, let's keep this going. Stream going. What's next?
Blah, 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 blah. Sanctuary.
No, you put that back.
What? I am going to put it back.
I'm like, I really want to play Sanctuary because I know everybody in all my groups want to play it. And I've already like scheduled a game of it with people.
Sanctuary, an Ark Nova game. And so, upon reading the rules, from Capstone Games. Upon reading the rules, I was like, this is Ark Nova Light.
Well, yeah, look at it.
It is 100% Ark Nova Light.
Yes.
There are 4 tiles that you are using to determine the strength of your actions. One of them is for projects and for taking cards from the display, and the other 3 are for basically putting those type of animals into your zoo, whether it be forest or rock or water. And otherwise, all of those mechanics work similarly to how they work in Ark Nova. I think it's great.
Yeah, I really like it.
If you want to play a game of Sanctuary but don't want to take the time that it takes to play Ark Nova, then Sanctuary is definitely what you are looking for. It simplifies it without dumbing it down, strips out all of the non-essential stuff, takes away the crossing victory point tracks, and really makes it nice and streamlined. Now,
and still a ton of tiles.
I do say that knowing that you have played a game of Ark Nova with Ryan Schoon in 58 minutes one Sunday morning at a convention.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure Ark Nova and this might end up being the same time, depending on who you're playing with.
Yeah. But anyway, you basically have a zoo that you are filling up, and you're trying to meet certain requirements in order to put down your conservation tiles, and the game is going to end when all your conservation tiles are done, are played, or you have filled up your entire board, or the tiles run out. But I have a feeling that's rather rare and probably only happens in high player.
Because it does play 5 people.
Sure.
It could happen, I would say, with 5 people.
Sure. Kimmy says, I don't enjoy Ark Nova. I doubt this is for me.
It depends on why you don't enjoy Ark Nova.
Exactly.
And what you hoped it would be. I mean, to me, they feel very different. You still get icons. You're actually trying to place tiles specifically now because you want groups of different icons.
Contiguous, yes.
You still have, like, goals that you're aiming for, but to me, the game does feel different.
Yeah. I think because it simplifies a lot of those little things, like all the conservation tasks that you would normally do, those are gone and now you just get conservation tokens instead. You're not trying to do particular things in order to fulfill those conservation goals like you would in Ark Nova. It smooths that part out, I think. There are not, for instance, there's not a like a reptile house that you are placing in your zoo like you would in Ark Nova. You're just placing these animals in spots in the zoo. Also, I like what it does with the large animals, where all the tiles are 1 hex large, but if it's a large animal, then you have to put these open areas in your zoo. And I really like that. Kime says, honestly, rather than worry about coffee breaks in universities and people getting in-game goals, I'd much rather focus on placing animals in kiosks. That's this.
You probably would enjoy this.
Sanctuary does not have coffee breaks in universities, and really even end game goals. So
each tile has a way of scoring, and most of them just have points on it, but there could be connectivity bonuses, like you say. So you're gonna want to group things particularly, and then there's also the end game scoring of the different types. So you do want to think about that. I do think you will much prefer this, so it's probably definitely worth trying.
Oh, they're gonna try it at Breakout.
I think you will enjoy this. Even I think they are very different games, even though they do have a sharing all of the icons and you're doing similar things, but it's like
it keeps the strength of actions mechanic that you get in Ark Nova, but eliminates all the coffee break and things like that.
There's no negative scoring.
And there's no negative, like I say, the victory point tracks where they cross at the bottom,
those are gone.
You're just scoring points.
It literally says
much more streamlined.
It says 20 minutes per player. So I do think it's
fairly snappy.
Thank goodness. See, for me, the negative points doesn't matter. To
me also, because
everybody has the same negative points.
Well, a lot of people say, "Oh, negative points. I feel like I didn't do anything," but that's like saying, "Okay, a pinball machine from the 1970s. You're gonna score 11,470 points, whereas a pinball machine today, I just scored 87 million on Star Trek or something." Does that mean that I did less on that 1970s pinball machine? No, it scores differently. It doesn't matter that it's negative scores. That's just how it scores. So no shade to Ark Nova for that. I mean, it doesn't bother me either.
I get that it bothers some people. I mean, at least they kind of they fix it in the online presentation of it.
No idea.
They did. I don't know. But it doesn't really matter to me, but I understand it matters to some people. In any case, it doesn't have that here.
It doesn't have it.
I do think you would enjoy this. I know some people totally are not going to play Ark Nova and just play this. Some people will. I think the hardcore Ark Nova fans don't like this as much. I don't prefer this to Ark Nova. However, I see a good game here, and I think it will please a lot of my groups. So
Kime says, usually in these games where you have lots of things going on, it behooves you. Hooves. In a game where you have hooves.
I get it.
To focus on one thing. In this game, you have to focus on multiple things, and you really don't realize till the end of your first game. Well, in this, it's fairly set out what you have to focus on. There are 5 goals everyone is shooting for. You can
only do 4 of them.
Can only do 4. Number 1, you can only do 4 out of 5. Number 2, you don't have to necessarily go for the same things because you need 2 of one of them, 3 of another, 4 of another, and 5 of another. And that's it. That's all you're looking for in the game. Other than that, you're just looking for points. So, Kime, the Ark Nova is absolutely a game where you don't want to play against people with differing skill levels,
especially if they're not willing to help new
for
players.
Sure, absolutely.
If I'm teaching somebody Ark Nova, I've played it over 30 times, of course, but I'm about to sit there and play with you, make sure you're understanding what's happening. That's just the kind of teacher that I am, though.
Right.
And
yeah, Kime's people were not willing to help.
Well, that's just.
But that's what I'll do. Is that
that's not fun.
So somebody will sit down and they'll say, well, I'm not quite sure what a good first move is. I can suggest 4 or 5 things to them, to at least get them started. Or, say, hey, you might think about creating this project, for example. I'm all about helping people out because, I mean, that's how I do Taekwondo. We have a saying at our academy: iron sharpens iron. If I don't help you get better, you won't be able to help me get better over time. So it would be, if you and I never played Arc Nova together, we would stay at this skill imbalance. You would help me out to lower that. That's what happened with you and Rainer, for example. You helped him out, and now he can beat you.
True. I'm not helping him in Gigapolis, though. Daddy
Knows Deuce said that at least one person is thinking about getting rid of Arc Nova for Sanctuary, and is still on the fence with getting the acrylic tiles with the 3D, which you have decided to get. They got you. They got you.
They did. I hope they actually come. No regrets. No regrets.
So.
I love Arc Nova. For me, this definitely does not replace Arc Nova. I will still always want to play Arc Nova versus this. However, this will get to the table more because of the time and because of the ease. Even though there is
streamlined.
It is still, I would say, not complicated, but like more depth than you might actually think. So yeah.
Daddy says, exactly. Why wouldn't you want to help people? It will help with their interest, and you'll likely get more plays out of a game you enjoy instead of total domination. That's why I stopped playing chess. It's just not fun destroying people, or if you're on the other side, getting destroyed. It's not much fun. When Steph plays a bunch of games on BGA to where it's like this, if it's one of those games where I'm going to totally get dominated, I don't feel the burning desire to play against you in something like Next Station London. You are going to kill me 99 times out of 99. There's not even a 100th time that I would beat you at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Kimmy wants us to move to Canada.
You won't.
I mean, it's cold up there, Kimmy. So, see, Jelvia says, I've gotten better because of playing against Steph. Because you see what she does and you learn from her. To be fair, Next Station London is not the soul-crushing experience of chess.
It's also very fast.
That's why it's not the soul-crushing experience. Even Toronto's cold, James. So, yeah.
We have 2 more games.
Yeah, we have 2. Where I'm having fun talking to people. That Sanctuary, I do very much enjoy it, and
we'll do an overview for it.
Highly recommend it.
And then you can judge it for sure, Kimmy.
Yeah, for sure. I've never been to Toronto. Have been to Vancouver. We've been to Vancouver a couple times. So I've been a couple times. You've been once.
I've been to Toronto.
Yes. And last but not least,
we got 2 more games.
Oh, 2. Where's the other one? What did we? Oh yeah, I didn't put that on my phone. Then we played Onoda.
Onoda
from Salt and Pepper Games.
To be fair, it's a solo game, but we played it together.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's going to be a solo game, we can both work on it. So
don't yell at me, Jovia. Yeah.
Grandma says, "Thank you for filling that hole in the wall. It was weird seeing an empty space."
I know, right?
Steph got a best
I just cleaned out all my shelves with games to put in these new squares. I was like, "Yay, new squares! You can put games on the shelf, new ones."
Onoda from Salt and Pepper Games. I gotta say, a lot of times when you have a foreign language game, and in this case from Spain, a lot of times the rule book is just plain not good. Gotta say, this Onoda rulebook is actually pretty darn good. So good job to Salt and Pepper Games for that. In Onoda, you are reliving the story of Hiru Onoda, who was basically a World War II Japanese soldier on I believe it's an island in the Philippines, who goes out and raids and everything with some fellow soldiers, and basically lives on this island from like 1950 or 1940 to 1974 or something. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, that's just crazy to be like 30 years after the war has ended.
He's just on this island.
He's on this island just causing all sorts of issues.
Well, he's trying to survive.
Yeah. So
and so that's our job, is to survive, and we're gonna need food every round. There's 6 rounds.
Yeah, there's 6 rounds each, about 5 years each. When you move into a region, the alert goes up. When you raid a region, the alert level goes up. Whenever you go and repair your equipment, the alert level goes up. So what happens is that everything you do other than moving is going to cause an event to also happen. And there's also one mission that we do every round or every 5 years. That's going to pop up in a particular region. So, every time you want to do something in a region, you're going to draw a token from the bag, and if it's going to be a value from 0 to 6, and you want to beat the alert level, or in some cases a paranoia level. We'll talk about that in a second, where if your number is higher than that, you did it. If the number's lower than that, you failed. In which case, some kind of bad thing is going to happen. You have a health that goes down and paranoia that goes up. If those ever cross, there could be problems, and you might lose the game. You're also collecting honor points. Honor points are ways to get victory points at the end of the game. So occasionally it's going to tell you to make a paranoia check. Well, when you make a paranoia check, it's the same thing as an alert check. You're just drawing a token out of the bag. Well, after you do whatever you planned on doing in that region, then an event's going to happen. Sometimes it can be good. Sometimes it's going to be something that's going to plague you for the rest of the round. So eventually you can stop the round at any time. Just move your dude back home. You lose a little bit of alert, but all that alert keeps piling up, meaning the residents of the island, they don't trust you because they know who you are. They're going to get you. So we had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, for a solo game, but also just for playing.
Yeah.
So definitely recommend it if you play solo. I really like the deck of events. They range from very bad to very good. And we saw probably half of them.
Yeah.
So I think ultimately we played pretty well. We didn't do the best legendary scoring, but we did.
We got historical accurate scoring. So
we lived
it's
to
like these.
We lived to 91 or something. Whatever.
Yes. Our guy retired. I think he eventually went home to Japan and then went to Portugal somewhere, and got a full pardon from the Philippines government, and died at the age of 91, as you said. So yeah, this is
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Although the box doesn't look that colorful, the game certainly does look colorful. So, and you have to have enough rice so that you and your soldier friends can survive another 5 years.
I think we got kind of lucky. We had an event that killed one.
Whoa! Panda Angel raiding with the party of 13. How you doing? We are finishing up our weekly recap. We have one more game to talk about. What were y'all playing?
What you doing? Thanks for that raid.
Finally, we played, and we're going to have another big hole right here. So my apologies. Unmatched Adventures, Tales to Amaze. Okay, just going to throw Quartermaster General up there. Salt has been told to ask you a question, but I was not told which one. We know what Sweetlands is.
Hey, gamer is It is.
Gameritis guy.
Gameritis. So like gamer it is?
He's got inflammation of the gamer.
Oh, okay, nice. I love it. I love it. Here for it.
And thanks for following. So you have come to the right place. We stream every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, and we bring you 3 games or more every single stream. So, and when you miss a stream, go check us out on YouTube. Just search for Board Gamer Steph. So, Tales to Amaze, Unmatched Adventures. And you might say, well, I've played Unmatched. What makes this different? Well, you can play this just like normal Unmatched. However, you can also play this cooperatively against villains. And I'm like, a little bit skeptical. I wonder how this works. No, it's great.
It's awesome. It's so good.
Great.
So good.
In this game, you've got 2 villains from which to choose, either Mothman or the Martian Invader. Against the heroes, Annie Christmas, Jill Trent, Nikola Tesla, and Golden Bat. So, Kime says, but is it more fun than Final Titan? Totally different games. I also enjoy Final Titan. You could, theoretically, I would think you could play against Mothman or Martian Invader with any of the Unmatched sets. You can also use the heroes in this in any of the Unmatched sets because it works just like Unmatched. The 2 villains in this basically will always try to attack, and that uses its own, I guess, AI flowchart type of system where if it can reach you, it will reach you. And so if you want to play against Mothman, it has to be on a certain map side. Against Martian Invader has to be on the other map side, and they're going to do the same sort of things every time. In addition, though, there are also henchmen that you are going up against. So in addition to fighting against Mothman or Martian Invader, you're also fighting against your choice of the Tarantula, the Jersey Devil, Skunk Ape, and a few others. Who else was there, Steph?
There's a spider.
Oh, the Lakeland Frog.
That's who we played.
And there. I think there are 5 or 6.
There's a bunch.
There are a bunch.
Blob.
Oh yeah, the Blob and the Ant Queen.
Yeah.
That would make 6. So yeah.
I thought this is definitely my preferred way to play Unmatched.
Yes.
So I see recommendations for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have that one to play, so I'm very excited to try that.
Yep. We have it. Yep.
It's sad that this was on deep discount at Barnes & Noble, but hopefully you picked up a copy because it's great.
It's really good. This is my favorite way to play Unmatched, bar none. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really good. We did play the Mothman.
Yep, we played against Mothman. He destroyed 2 of our bridges.
How rude.
I was Nikola Tesla, and I was managing both of our minions, while you took on Mothman as Jill Trent and your sidekick Daisy.
So I got a few of the bridge rules wrong, so I was definitely playing on hard mode.
So Steph was
I did not understand
mending the bridges, mending the doom on the bridges. But I was
taking my whole action as the bridge.
Yes.
And not actually doing my maneuver action, which allowed me to take a card.
So you were
just
not drawing cards when you could have been.
Right. So I was definitely like hurting myself. So don't do what I did, and definitely you'll be fine.
But I do need to actually add this because I forgot to add our.
We did win, but it was good. It was a lot of fun.
I got down to like 4 health out of 14. So it was not where it was a slam dunk. I mean, I was on the ropes.
I think I had 4 or 5 life left. So, but again, I think I could have done better if I had more cards that I was supposed to have. I was sitting at 0 cards for a lot of the game.
Now Tesla has a way to draw a lot of cards, which is really good. Rollo will be trying Shredder versus Don plus Donnie versus Krang tomorrow. Cool.
Oh, cool. So yeah, it was good.
Yep.
I think we played a lot of good games this week, so we have a lot to show you off today as far as rules and overviews.
Provided by Restoration Games.
That's right.
Can't leave that out.
No.
So, yeah.
Good day of games, guys.
Good day.
Good week.
Good week of games.
It was a good week.
Yeah. So, if you enjoyed this weekly recap, we do these every Sunday, or at least as long as we're streaming, we do them every Sunday. And when we're out, then whenever we come back again, we basically go over 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
That's right.
And recap whatever we've done in the past several weeks. So, if you miss our stream, hey, come join us on YouTube. Just search for Board Gamer Steph, and you'll find all 2,000 of our videos where we have our weekly recaps, our rules, teaches, and playthroughs, our game overviews, and everyone's favorite top 10 videos. Or even better, you can join us on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, and we bring you 3 games or more every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we bring you all the games.
And to those on Twitch, we'll be right back.